All right, welcome to Steam. I'm Major Freak, and I'm going to be talking about a simple topic, but at the same time complex. It is about plexing your account using passive skill farming to gain yourself the ability to load up skill extractors, creating skill injectors, selling those skill injectors, using half the ISK to effectively, in the long run, buy more extractors, repeating the process, and over a period of 3 months, being able to get 3 monthly extensions in total at the end of the day. At the end of the 3 months, you have extended your subscription by an extra 3 months. And if you get the 50% off deal for MCT and subscription, which is $10 more than the usual 3 months subscription, you're effectively buying 6 months for that price. And if you do the math, times that by 2 for a year, you're saving, in effect, at the end of the day, you're saving 25% off that, say if you bought a year subscription for one account. So by doing that, you're effectively getting the best possible deal, better than a year subscription. The only way that happens is the in-game market that gives you extractors for 20% off compared to the premium price of the website for CCP itself, the web store. Now, those two things in combination, the 50% off MCT 3 months plus the 20% off skill extractor pack, is what makes this entire thing so much cheaper. All they have to do is remove that in-game discount. And I've always wondered why, and here's why I think they not only know about it, but are not changing it and are not addressing it. Because you can't get the same thing on Steam. You can see the news of the store. You go to the store page, and if you go to the library, you'll see your 50% off. And you'll see it because it's a news article. And they post it on Steam. But it's not available at all on Steam. And I'll show you, just to prove a point. So, okay. Alright, I'm wrong about that actually. So you can log in using, okay. Got it. Cheers. Award. Always believe in giving feedback. So yeah, that makes sense. So I have no real, like, I can do this for all my accounts, including Steam. But why don't, yeah, I mean, most of the time better deals are found directly at the source, but yet at the same time, I thought I had a reasoning why we're trying to keep people off using Steam exclusively, because they take a cut from the profits from the publishers. Steam gets a cut. So I thought I had an answer to why they had this amazing deal, and it was better than their yearly subscription with the combination of all this stuff. Now you take away the 20% in-game discount, and then it's only 5% savings at the end of the day, because we've got to buy 2 3 months in order to get double that, in order to, quadruple, to get all the year. So in effect, it's costing you paying CCP. CCP gets 5% less money if you take advantage of this system if they remove that discount in-game for the extractors. Now, I thought I had a reason. I thought, until Shotgun here said that, I think I've probably gotten this deal. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I don't think I realized this. I actually don't think I've tried yet. But yeah, before I just read this right now, I thought I'd hit on the reason why they don't. It's because they profit off of people paying them directly. And if people pay multiple accounts, I can only play on one PC, one Steam account, because, that's the way it works. In order to manage multiple accounts, I'd need multiple computers. That would mean I could have a Steam client for each. And I thought this was one way to encourage intelligent players to take advantage of the system and stay off Steam without either fixing the problem. Why can't the Steam users do this directly from the Steam website? Why can't they? It just seems so odd that the package isn't available on Steam itself, right? So it's and it still could be that way. There's subtleties into this that I might not be able to divine watching these tea leaves. But I think that I'm probably wrong. In my assumption that this is they're knowledgeable about this. But they could still be. I'm probably missing something, the subtlety of it. But yeah, you can actually, in 3 months, I'll have to do it because my subscriptions run out in November. But in 3 to 4 months, they'll do the deal again, usually 3. And what I'll do is I'll go through the whole process, having set everybody up. I have all my alts now on secondary characters on all. These are my main characters. My secondaries all have an implant set. Well, not really a set, but an implant pair for memory and charisma to train up Research Project Management 5. And now Research Project Management 5 is almost enough that you can, it's a rank 8 skill. By the time the month ends, you have almost enough to get 3 skill extractors filled to sell them as skill injectors. Now, when you do that, you need that extra amount, and guess what? It's only 150,000, and you guessed it. If you're careful and you give your farming alt these skill bonuses for logging in, you can get exactly 3, and you get a bit of a change actually too. You get a bit of change, so you don't really lose any skill points at the end of the day. You're staying stable, but yeah. So this is an effective way to skill farm. Oh, and by the way, you can skill extract. You do not need to complete the skill in order to extract it. What you do need is, I think it's a troll based on a kernel of the truth. A complete lie. But the kernel, the truth, is that it can't be in your skill queue. You cannot skill extract with something in your skill queue. So if you want to skill extract this, when it's like almost to completion, you have to take it, remove it from your skill queue. Then you can skill extract that skill. It'll actually tell you when you're skill extracting. It's probably not worded very well, but yeah. Now you're thinking, oh great, I can totally play for free by just skill farming my main. No, it doesn't work that way. See, at the end of the day, you have either got enough plex. You've only got enough plex at the end of the 3 months after, buying back half your winnings to buy more skill attractors, right? To extend that for 3 months, you've only got the option of either, see, you've got to buy MCT for monthly, right? Or Omega time monthly, right? So you've only got one of those two choices. You can't do both. So yeah, you cannot do this with your main. It's just not possible. Literally not possible. But by paying CCP for this bonus thing, you can double that time on things that are 20% off. So you have 25% off your yearly subscription. So do the 3 months when you're doing this, when you're getting low, snap up that 3 months thing, patiently let your guys passively train this. I do this skill specifically to avoid that, because I'll never use the skill, to avoid the temptation to use this skill. Okay. And I don't use these. I haven't leveled it up enough to get them access to the R&D agents, so I'm never gonna do that. So it's beyond the ken of thinking, oh, okay, maybe I'll just pay for my subscription. No, that would be counterproductive. This is why I do it, to remove the temptation. But yeah, I'm sure there's lots of rank 8 skills around. Just make sure when you buy the implants, you only need 2. Tailor to that. And of course, tailor your attributes, which of course you already know that. This is the primary. This is secondary. There you go. So that's how I do it. That's my reasoning. And the next time I do it, everything will be perfectly streamlined. And then I'll log in with my Steam account to CCP's website, get that deal as well, I think. Now that also, just a caveat, I have not tried that, so that might not be possible. Things he could be lying, but I don't think he is. My intuition says he's on the level. But yeah, that's that. I can't think of anything else. It's a great deal. Highly recommend it. And yeah, just be patient. You only need the seed money for one extractor. See, once you use one extractor and sell the injector, you now have enough ISK to buy 2 extractors, and you can see where this is going. So yeah, it's perfectly fine. You're effectively keeping one injector every time you buy an extractor, and you just, as you collect over the months, you're going to be able to buy 1 month Omega with that leftover bunch of extractors as you're continuing to buy injectors, as you're continuing to buy extractors. Now that's how it works. You cannot plex your main doing this. You can't. It's just not possible. This is only possible with the 3-month MCT Omega deal. That's it. 50% off. It's the only reason this is viable. Otherwise, it's a waste of your time, because basically you're taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and it's just, you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to break even, but you've got a choice between another month of MCT or another month of Omega. So you got, you're not going to get both only with this deal. Just in case you're thinking, oh, I could do it for my main. No, it's not going to work. I think that's it. Mic's on, fans off, not blowing air, don't have any other sound intruding, got my points across, don't think I've missed anything. If you if you go to the page, and it's like you think, oh, it's probably on the webpage, but it's not directly, which is really odd. Because you can access it with your Steam via the website. Maybe doing it this way, you give CCP all the money, possibly. I'm just guessing. So you go here and you browse, and you usually browse here, and then you go for discounts, but you don't see, it's not listed at all anywhere. It could be that they're still catering to the smart players who are doing this, giving them a really good discount on Plex if they generate injectors for people. It could be a huge cash cow, and they could be cognizant of this, but at the same time, they could, like, you know me, I have low expectations of CCP, so this doesn't seem in character for them, but it could be really, like, there are some really good parts to the CCP's game, and you could probably thank some really intelligent developers for doing that. So I suspect that this method of weaning people off of Steam and not really giving them equal treatment or their own website is, I think, because somebody in CCP is catering to the smart players, because it's an amazing deal. I mean, why the hell wouldn't you, right? I mean, I'm doing it. There's no reason for me not to save my hard-earned cash. What the hell, right? So, for the life of me, I cannot figure out. There's two conundrums for me, which spells a mystery. Whatever, semantics. The fact that their main website doesn't show the discount, and the fact that the other fact is the third. I'll get to the third fact later, but the second fact, just corollary to that, is most of their deals on their website are better than the in-game. So it seems very schizophrenic. The third fact is you can't find the deal on Steam, which is really odd. But yeah, it begs the question, and I wonder if there's something going on to prevent people from using Steam a lot, or like I never did. I never liked Steam for, like, in the beginning it sucked, but now it's pretty good. And I use Steam to keep, but recently, after 2013, I started playing again. I'd go offline, unsubbed for a few times for many years. But yeah, the total time it tracks since 2012, 13, I think it was 2013. No, can't be that. No, it's got to be 2018. Yeah, 2018. Yes, 2018. So for 3 years, I've been playing 8,000 hours, and I stopped playing last summer. I was hardcore playing, and I just took a huge break, and I haven't been playing at the same level since summer of last year. Yeah, it's just they changed too many things, and I discovered too many things about the game through the mechanics, delving into it. So yeah, I mean, 3 years. I mean, how many hours a day? I mean, average. kind of scary sometimes when you think about it. But you got to consider that I've been playing since release, right? Off and on, but yeah, 8, 2. So I must have played way more than 8,000 hours. At 10,000 hours, I want to give a review of the game. Holding off. 3 years divided by 365 is... That doesn't seem possible. But it's true. I play 7.5 average hours per day on this game since 2018. And you gotta realize I played way more. And you gotta think, wait, I have a job. The hell? How can I even... Yeah, basically I come home, log on to Eve, and just play till my brain's melted out my ears. And I have a wife now to make sure I have sleep, and I used to have a cat who also made me sleep, so yeah. Blows the mind. Anyways, blah blah blah. Ramble. I think that's about it. Yes, I like, why? Like, why did they do this? It's such a mystery to me. And plus, I worry that they're eventually going to go, oh, hey, you know that great deal you get in game? We're removing it, but I don't think they'll ever announce it. I think they'll just remove it one day, and the prices of skill extractors will immediately jump by 20%. And it won't be a great deal anymore. You'll barely break even, because you won't be able to buy as many. You'll be 20% less, and so that's 20% less. You know, you'll have to really stretch to get that extra, to get that third month Omega, right? So at the end of the day, it's going to really push you hard to just break almost even, well, break even with the yearly subscription. And it would be worth it for me, but it'll be way more work. And you start to have to question, okay, is it worth $50 of my real... I'm just wildly guessing here. Is it worth a bunch more just to go with a 6 month? And that's what I used to do. Go with a 6 month because I just don't have the cash for the year, you know? They do... I have seen the first time last year or this year sometime, we saw a 50% discount on... Or was it 10%? On the yearly subscription, and that was like, whoa, you know, that was pretty cool. I wouldn't go for it because I've got a better deal right now, but yeah, if they remove that, I'd probably wait till I saw the 15% off and then go for the 15% off, and why the hell not, right? Because I've played this game for years, and it's not a dead game. Don't listen to people that say it's under 20k, blah blah. No, that's BS. They have the threshold. Trust me, they have the threshold to be a viable company. You know, it has to be 10 times less than that for a game to die. Played a game in 2000 up to 2003 called Jumpgate. For a couple of years, maybe 3, and it never got that threshold. You could sense it. It never got that threshold where it was survivable. It became self-sustaining. So yeah, 20,000 characters on constantly, on average, and it dips below there, maybe, but on average, it's going to be just fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I mean, I have no problems. They're not going to turn off the servers tomorrow. Yeah, it's a viable company, viable income, and until somebody thinks up something better for the MMO space simulator where you fly ships and mine the resources of the solar system, you pretend to. I'll keep giving CCP my hard-earned cash, and we can go from there. But yeah, all depends on this and the 3 months 50% off. And this is my ticket for, well, I don't actually buy these off using, it's cheaper just buying the extractors straight from market, I think. I'll actually have to look into that, you know. pretty sure maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I should actually do that. Just buy Plex, buy that, then convert it. But I'm not sure. I haven't done the math. Have I? Bloody hell. Huh. Yeah, something to look into. Guys, yeah, it once you think it's simple, but once you delve into it, you're like, whoa. Yeah, it involves a whole bunch of different things. Yeah, real currency, in-game store, ISK, everything. Yeah, it's quite funny how the myriad ways of this you start to realize how interconnected everything is. You're like, so I'm sure people who do market transactions or like, yeah, market orders, I never do. And I'll bet it's probably way cheaper if you buy orders, but I am not playing that game. That is down a rabbit hole I will refuse to go. It might sound silly, but it's the same reason I'm not going into wormholes or nullsec, because I hate playing in nullsec and I hate wormholes. It's too transient for me. But it's where the ISK is, and I am not here to play that game. I'm here to be hanging around a certain home area of space that doesn't shift its boundaries or deployments on a whim, and that I can pretend to be an astronaut mining the asteroids. And that's all I want to be. That's all this game is to me. That's all it will ever be. And if somebody thinks up something better, like, but I want to get into Elite Dangerous. It's just, it doesn't seem like, I don't think it's an MMO. And I don't think it really caters to miners. I know there's mining in it, and I know there's ways to do it, and I've heard it, but it just sounds like you have to have... It just seems to get good, you know? That kind of mentality. When you ask people, oh, hey, how can I get into mining? You don't hear anything about that. It's all like, get elite, go here, do that. And you're like, what if I can't? How do I start? No. So yeah, not interested. But when I do, Eve will be like Ed Truman Show, or Ed TV. No, Truman Show or Ed TV. Just next channel. Goodbye. Click. But until then, this is the reason this works, or it's such a good discount. Yeah, it turns that 5% eking buy into 25% discount on the yearly subscription, right here. And I'm pretty sure this price, once translated, is exactly the in-game cost of a skill attractor. I almost guarantee it. I just don't want to do the math because I hate math. Anyways, I think that's it. I showed you everything, I hope. And this should be a primer, and I'll link to it when I do eventually do my skill farming. I've done it before, but next time will be more streamlined. And that's it, I hope. God, I hate missing stuff. There's so much to miss. Yeah, got that. I've covered all my freaking account name. I haven't blurted which is my Steam account and character names for that and blah blah blah. So I think I did fairly well. Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.